there's a baby! What? Well then, I guess they're happy in here. Hey guys, it's Jenny and welcome back once again to Solid Gold. Now today I have to complain about something to you guys, alright? Because I've been keeping a secret from you guys for a little over 3 weeks. I actually filmed a whole video about getting these new fish. That's right, I got new fish for the patio bowl pond behind me here, which I'll show you guys in just a second. But I got them right before the Orlando Koi show, and I filmed the whole video of adding them to the bowl pond, and I just didn't get a chance to edit it before the Koi show. So that video got put on the back burner, and then after the Koi show there were all these other exciting new videos that I wanted to do, so it kind of got pushed back until finally today when I get to spill the beans with you guys that I did get some new fish about 3 weeks ago for the patio bowl pond, and I finally get to show you guys. Let's quickly flash back to 3 weeks ago when I got the fish and set them up in the bowl pond. This week we are adding fish. I talked about wanting to add 1 or 2 goldfish to this bowl pond, but after giving it some more thought, I decided to go in a little bit of a different direction for a few reasons. One, this bowl pond is only 30 gallons, which technically, because I have such hefty filtration here with this urn filter, I could make it work, but I kind of want a type of fish that's going to be a little bit more of a low maintenance type of fish for here in this patio bowl pond, especially considering the fact that I'm already going to have so many massive aquariums in the fish room for goldfish. I don't really need this additional space for goldfish as well. And also, I live in Florida, which means my options for outdoor pond fish are a little bit more expanded as compared to some more temperate regions of the world. Now, a little bit of an update here on the bowl pond. I've got, of course, this urn filter here, which, as I showed you guys in the last video about this, has tons of biological and also mechanical filtration inside of it there. So that'll be able to support pretty much any aquatic life I want to put here in this pond. My plants have started filling in quite a bit. There's the creeping Jenny there, which has really taken off. I still just have one single lily pad up at the surface. Actually, you guys didn't see that in the last video, but I posted about it on Instagram and Facebook. This plant here has already put out 2 brand new leaves. They're these green ones here. This plant looks like it's putting up this new leaf here, which is currently curled up, but as it keeps growing it's going to unfurl. All the other ones look like they're doing pretty well too, except for maybe this one. This one, I don't know. It's probably just acclimating to the new situation and it'll come back in time. So with that being said, I'm gonna head on over to my local fish store now, pick up the fish and bring them back here and put them in the pond.
2 hours later.
Alright guys, here they are. They're so cute, oh my gosh. Alright, so I ended up getting Mollies, if you can't tell, and there's an assortment of different kinds in here, and there's 15 fish total. There are 10 black and gold lyretail Mollies. Those are the orange and black ones with kind of the pointed ends on their tails. Those are super pretty. And then there are 3 Dalmatian Mollies. I would have gotten more of those, but 3 is all the store had. I just think they're so cool. Obviously, I love anything black and white, so that was an obvious choice. And then I also couldn't help myself, and I had to get 2 balloon Mollies too. I wasn't planning on getting any balloon Mollies when I went into this because I've heard that they're a little more sensitive than your standard Molly, but I just connected with them on the same level that I connect with goldfish because of the chubby cuteness. I just couldn't help myself, so I had to get a couple of those too. Look at these guys, they're just so cute. The water in the bag is a little bit warmer than the water in the pond right now, so I'm just going to float their bag in here for 20 minutes and see if the temperature is matched by then. Just a quick tip, guys, for those of you that have multiple tanks like me, which is probably most of you watching this, you probably also have multiple pythons or water change hoses, and it's kind of hard to tell them apart because they all look exactly the same. So I found these little wraparound tags on Amazon. They're actually made for like plant nurseries. You can wrap them around twigs and branches of plants and trees and stuff to label them. And they work perfectly on this part of the Python water changer right here. So you just clip them on. There's like 4 different colors too, so you can either just use the color coding to tell them apart, or you can even write on them with Sharpie too. And they're waterproof because they're plastic. So I thought these were really neat and super handy because I have so many different tanks now and so many different water change hoses because I'm trying to keep each system kind of separate as much as possible anyways, and it doesn't really help when the hoses all get jumbled up in your aquarium storage bin and you can't tell them apart.
A few moments later.
Alright, my little mollies have been floating here in the pond for the past 30 minutes. So it's time to open the bag and let them loose in the tank. I'm so excited to see them swimming around in there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna dump the entire bag very gently into this net that's suspended over a bucket. And the fish are gonna get trapped in the net while the water goes through and spills into the bucket. And then you just take the net and drop it into the pond or the aquarium, whichever it is that you have. Look at them! I love how they're like Halloween themed because they're all black and orange. Alright guys, you ready to swim free in this big old pond? Go on. They're confused. They're like, this isn't a glass box. We don't know what to do with this. Alright, everybody get out of the net, please. There we go. So there you have it, guys. I finally got to show you the fish that I got from my little patio bowl pond out here on my back porch. I love having these mollies here in the pond. They're really low maintenance. They're really fun to watch and look at. They actually do have a lot of personality and spunk, a lot like a goldfish, but with a lot less maintenance. And I worry about them a lot less than I would if they were goldfish. They're really fun, they're really easy, and they look great in here too. They have bright flashy colors, so they really stand out amongst the plants as they're swimming around. Speaking of the plants have grown a ton. Here's my little tropical lily, and it's not even so little anymore. We now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lily pads up at the surface. And the other thing about this that's kind of annoying to me, but it is what it is all of the plants are not looking their best from this angle because they're all facing towards the sun. They're all facing towards the screen so that the sun can hit the surfaces of their leaves and they can soak up as much sun as possible, which means that the plants look the best from the back side of the patio pond. So I'm thinking about maybe moving this to the other side of my back patio here so that the plants will actually face towards the front of the bowl pond, but it's not that big of a deal, especially once they fill in even more. I think it'll start to look better, but right now it's kind of at an awkward phase where all the plants are kind of like leaning away. But anyways, back to the lily. These are gorgeous, and look at how much they have grown. It's probably doubled in size since I first got it. Like the actual size of the pad itself has doubled. I'll put a little clip or a picture or something to show you guys for a size comparison what it used to look like, but it is so much bigger now, and there's so many gorgeous lily pads. The creeping Jenny is really taking off and starting to spread. What I hope is going to happen, and actually what is starting to happen, is that it's just, because this is kind of like a vining creeping plant, it just creeps along in runners like this and puts out roots as it goes. You can see the roots coming down out of it. So anywhere that it can latch onto, it just latches on and it keeps on growing. This runner decided to just pop straight up and has some nice new green healthy looking leaves on it. This one is not doing so well. It just doesn't like this setup or something. I don't know. This one here actually though is doing quite well. This is way taller than it was when I first planted it. This red plant here, these two leaves on top are brand new and they're huge too. These are big leaves. This one is putting out a bunch of new leaves. There's so many new leaves going on here. It is awesome. I also added a light. It's angled up at the downspout of the urn filter, so the light reflects off of the water splashes, and it looks so cool at night. It actually kind of looks like we have one of those like bowl fire pit things sitting out on the porch, but actually it's just the light reflecting and bouncing off of the trickling water. Oh my gosh, there's a baby! What? I mean, I figured that they would breed eventually, but Already? I've only had them for 3 weeks. That's so exciting. Wow, I can't believe it. This is so cool. Look at how cute. Oh my gosh, it already has the coloring of the parents too. So cute. Wow. I wonder if there's any other ones. There's a lot of foliage for them to hide in. And there's kind of this shallow area that's created because of the plant pots. So I bet they hide in there a lot too. Oh my god, so cute. Wow, this is really cool. I was not expecting this. Anyways, I do have pest snails. I'm assuming that they came in on the plants. They're out in the big pond as well. I don't really mind them too much because they're not going crazy yet. Maybe eventually they'll start to become really annoying to me, but right now, so far, I'm not too annoyed about it. Actually, in a way, them being here in both ponds just kind of adds another element. It adds another living thing to look at and admire in the pond. So as long as they don't get too out of hand, I don't mind them too much. I should probably stop teasing them and actually feed them now. Come and get it. There they go. They're so cute. Here's one of my balloon mollies. This is the male balloon molly. It's actually a lyretail balloon molly. That's the female lyretail balloon molly. If anyone out there loves goldfish but their tank is too small, I would definitely recommend some mollies because they are very, very cute, although they are going to probably breed like crazy, especially if they're happy in their environment and they have all their needs being met. They're going to breed like crazy and produce too many babies, so you might have to give some babies away. But they're a pretty fun little alternative to goldfish, I will say. So yeah, guys, there's the update on my patio bowl pond. I'm really loving the mollies. I'm curious to hear from you guys about which of my new mollies is your favorite. Do you guys prefer the balloon mollies? Do you like the Dalmatian mollies? Or do you like the orange and black one? I personally think it's cool to have a little bit of a mix of all of them, but unfortunately the Dalmatian mollies are kind of dark and so they don't really show up really well in the bowl pond. And I have to say, probably because I'm a goldfish person myself, the balloon mollies are definitely my favorites. That's all for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching another of my videos. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe and also hit that bell button. YouTube is making all kinds of crazy changes these days, and unfortunately just subscribing doesn't mean that you actually get all of that person's videos. But if you hit the bell button, that'll make sure that you guys see all of my videos as soon as they are released as new videos. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in next week's video. Until then, stay gold.